Oh, we back at it again. Matt Yaps is back in the fucking building, nigga. The building. I'm back in the building, bro. I'm back here. We gonna tune in with some killer thinks he got away until cops found this clue. And actually, the last video I just did, it was kind of, I'm not gonna say it was crazy, but it was a pretty interesting video. So if y'all want to tune into that. Hey, I might be in the same fit, but if watch y'all's mouths, watch y'all's mouths. Simple as that. But yeah, not really much to say. Let's get into the fucking video.
He's still away. It's barely.
I also found out that 10-7 means that they're dead, 10-30 means they're still alive.
Hey, wait for me, bud, all right?
A deadly shooting in broad daylight raced Tulsa police to a crime scene where 46-year-old Calvin Hulvey mysteriously lost his life, leaving a riddle behind about this temptational killing.
He walked to the side of a truck and then the dude just started shooting it 5 more times. Boom, 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 boom.
Varying clues that kept the detectives on edge shaped the case into a twisted one.
That's what it looks like.
I would say it looked like a bullet hole. And there's some blood on the
A killer in hiding who thought he had got away until cops
I
landed
don't
a
know,
little
messy as
clue,
shit.
exposing a gruesome secret.
There he is.
Shit,
The
kinda
peaceful
menacing.
Sunday evening of August 27th, 2023, was disrupted by ear-splitting gunshots in the neighborhood near East Pine Street and Lewis Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A passerby witnessing the violent scene saw a bleeding victim fighting for his life and called the emergency lines.
This is Emco. What is the address of your emergency?
North Columbia Avenue. He's still alive.
Okay, is he inside the house or
Still outside on the street.
was this a shooting?
Yes, a man on a motorcycle shot him.
Okay.
First
Damn.
responders rushed to the shooting site along with the medics.
Don't go to sleep, honey. Just stay with us. Stay with us. Just stay with us. Come on, baby. I hear them coming. Here they come.
Hey man, stay awake for me, all right?
210-7. He's still away. It's barely. Hey, wait.
Bro, I will say I'm not gonna pause this shit live, but I will say watching these videos really do like it puts you into reality of like thinking like you could really go at any time. You really gotta keep around your fucking surroundings, bro. Like you could just be walking, a random nigga do some shit like this to you just because they think you're somebody that you're probably not. Or they just don't fuck, or they just said fuck it, I'm gonna kill somebody. That's why I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, I stay in the house, bro. I barely unless it's for school, food, groceries. I stay in the fucking house.
For me, bud, all right?
Shot multiple times, the victim was alive in a critical state, but succumbed to his wounds on the way to the hospital. According to the eyewitnesses, Calvin was with a female friend when he was shot by an anonymous assailant who fled the scene. While inspecting the site of the incident, Tulsa detectives found bullet shells on the
shit.
ground.
There's some shell casings, cartridge casings over here. There's 4.
Can we tell what caliber they are?
They look like they're 9mm.
Dude, somebody wanted him gone.
Yeah.
So there was an open knife just laying next to the body.
Along with the bullet shots, detectives also found an open knife on the scene, but no blood was visibly present on the object.
Does he live in this neighborhood? Do we know? Or he lives in that house.
All right, so I'm gathering a neighbor or somebody made a call.
They said that a white male comes up on this motorcycle and shoots him multiple times.
The brutal attack in broad daylight made it clear that the attacker had a deep, intense motive to end Calvin's life at that moment. Numerous questions occupied the investigation at the initial stage, and to get some answers, detectives turned to the 911 caller, who was luckily present nearby at the time of the incident.
All right, we're just now coming in on this investigation, so maybe you can kind of tell us what happened tonight.
I was like almost a block away. All of a sudden I heard pop, pop, pop. And I looked down and I said, somebody's in the street. Well, as soon as that happened, I heard with them fast motorcycles, I don't know what they call them.
Crotch rock.
That's what it sounded like to me.
How the fuck did this nigga just know? I thought all the motorcycles
The
are
woman
fast. His ass
claimed
knew
that
they
the
off the
shooter
rip.
came riding a mini bike.
I was just nervous. I didn't know if this guy was going to come back. What direction did he go? Towards Pine. I kept hearing people say somebody call 911. The man was on the ground, okay? I grabbed my phone and I called 911.
So by this time, you had walked to him.
Yeah.
You ran down to where he was.
Yeah. Two guys. They had a tan truck or gold.
When she arrived at the shooting area, she said she saw the victim in a truck parked beside him.
Smaller guy pulls him sideways because he's right there by the tire. Like, and it pulled him over some and then took off.
According to the 911 caller, the man who rode the truck was a friend of Calvin, but he did not wait to pull Calvin aside from his way and fled the scene.
Oh yeah, set up. That nigga definitely set his ass
Detectives
up.
then turned to Calvin's
Set up.
female friend, who was with him when he was shot.
We are wanting to talk to you about what happened today, okay? So what is Calvin to you?
He is a friend.
Do you know his wife?
I don't know her.
Are they estranged or are they still together?
They got a divorce.
Okay. I need you to tell me what happened today.
Well, me and Calvin walked to the store and we're walking back to Save a Lot.
But what time was that?
I know that it was daylight, like right before the sun went out. We were walking down Pine, and then one of his friends pulled up at Church's Chicken and asked us if we needed a ride. And he said, yeah. Well, I have no idea who they are. I've never seen them in my life. But it was one of his friends. That's what he says. We jumped in the back of the truck, like not even inside of the truck.
How many people were in the truck? And what kind of truck was it?
I don't even know what kind of truck it was. And there was like 2 people.
What color was the truck?
It was like tannish or gold.
The woman said they had reached their home, and the moment the truck stopped, that was when the shooter came at them.
And as
Yeah,
soon
he got
as
set
we're,
up.
like, jumping out of
He
the
got set
truck,
up.
someone's shooting at us. I don't know if it was a motorcycle, a dirt bike. I have no idea what it was. I could have got shot today. Like, I could have been killed today.
Right.
I'm thankful that I'm here right now.
I understand.
No, like, is Calvin okay or?
No, Calvin is not okay. Calvin is dead. I'm sorry about Calvin. I'm sorry that you had to go through this. So now what I need you to do, I need you to think really, really hard. And I need you to think, and if you can recall any names that Calvin said who these guys may possibly have been, anything.
No.
Listen to me, okay? If there's something that you do know and you don't tell me, that's going to be a problem. So let's go back a little bit, okay? Now, for somebody to do this to him, somebody's pissed off.
Exactly.
Well, whoever
Like,
it was, they yelled Calvin's name. They're Calvin Hoppy. Calvin said, "Who are you?" That's what he said. Like, who are you? And then Calvin
nigga,
gets
he
out the
got
back of the
set
truck,
up.
and he flips out his knife.
So he did pull out a knife?
He did.
Okay.
The dude didn't say like nothing else. Just started shooting at him, and then Calvin ducked. He walked to the side of the truck, and then the dude just started shooting him 5 more times. Boom, 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 boom.
Do you know of anybody that drives a little, whatever that thing is, little motorcycle or whatever, dirt bike?
No, I don't. I really don't.
Could you tell if he was white, if he's black?
I could tell that he was white.
What did he have on? What was
Cause usually when they working in cahoots with the nigga that killed the victim, they usually say the nigga's black. But since she says she's white, or she's good. She don't got nothing.
he wearing?
He was all black, but you could tell his skin color. But the person on the sunglasses, I know that there was no way you could tell who they were.
Did he have anything else other than sunglasses on?
He had like a beard.
Do you think the people in the truck had anything to do with it?
I don't know, because they took off, and I've never seen them before. Never. Can't believe this.
If you know, or if you have some idea who it could have been, I need you to tell me now.
No, I don't.
Okay, you sit tight. We can get you back home, okay?
While Calvin's friend did provide some crucial information about the truck driver, detectives still suspected she knew more.
Oh Lord.
Something leads me to believe that she's knows more than what she's telling me, but I guess I have to believe her right now.
Running the victim's details through the database, detectives found that Calvin Hulvey also had a criminal history. Detectives also learned that he was a divorced man, and his ex-wife was a local from Tulsa. Back at the crime scene, a team of officers ran a neighborhood canvass when they found a few residences were installed with CCTV cameras pointed towards the shooting site. Shortly into the investigation, detectives laid hands on surveillance footage. In the CCTV, detectives finally get a look at their suspect as described by the witnesses. A dirt bike rider was seen circling the block at least twice in the CCTV. Around another corner, a tanned golden truck was standing where Calvin and his friend were supposed to be present. After circling the block, at one point, the mini biker finally got behind the truck. But just before the incident took
yeah. Wait,
place,
what?
the video stopped recording as the CCTV was believed to be
I can't
motion
tell.
activated, and the biker was then
Wait, so did he get behind them niggas as they were riding with the like victim and their friend? No way, cause
behind the
what the
truck.
hell?
People present
Like,
nearby were seen reacting, which cued that the shooting had happened. Right after, the biker was seen leaving the area at a rapid speed. But as the bike left, another presence in the scene caught the detective's eye when they noticed a white work van also leaving behind the mini bike. Monitoring the footage further, detectives learned that the same work van had also circled the block trailing the mini bike and left the area right along with it. Detectives couldn't help but suspect if this van was connected to the incident, or if it was just a coincidence.
Both times the motorcycle passed by, the van was right there too. So it's safe to say that white van is probably connected to that little motorcycle.
At this point, detectives saw no way ahead as they had run out of witnesses and had no potential suspects or any evidence to follow up. Hence, hoping to know more about the victim, they tried to meet Calvin's ex-wife, Becky. The couple had parted ways for a considerable amount of time, but detectives met her in order to know if Calvin had any tussles in the past that may have revived.
But according to the friend, they are divorced and they haven't been living together, and he's been living separate from her, but maybe there's something that she knows that nobody else knows that can help us out in the investigation.
Calvin's ex-wife had already gotten the news of his demise. The woman did not want to get recorded, but she told the detectives that Calvin himself had been a lawbreaker in the past and had also spent time in prison.
She was fine once we told her what happened. She did confirm that he is on drugs and he's spent some time in prison. She said he's done his dirt, so it kind of threw it up in the air. It could have been 100 reasons why this happened, but she gave us a couple of names of some people that he may have gotten into it with here recently.
Detectives got their first lead when they asked Becky if she had any personal suspicions. Becky revealed talking to one of Calvin's neighbors she knew, who told her about two brothers from the neighborhood who may have been involved in the matter. Wanting to learn more about these brothers, detectives went ahead to meet this woman neighbor of Calvin.
I'm Detective Warren. Can we talk to you for a second?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're not in trouble enough.
Oh, I know. You need to know right off the bat, you know what you mean.
He passed last night. I'm sorry. Can you come downtown with me real quick? I'll bring you right back.
Yeah.
You ready to come?
The neighbor was brought to the station, where she shed light on a plot from Calvin's last days alive.
This is Detective Lansdale, the victim's wife, Calvin's wife, Becky. He had mentioned that you had thrown down a couple of names that may possibly be connected. How did all of this start between him and...
I think it's because Calvin stole some tools. And took some tools that was not his. My friend, he told me that he saw Calvin dragging it.
I feel like this nigga was a part of this shit, cause like the fact that he went up to him like, "Oh, is my friend Calvin dead?" He would have been known, cause they announced that shit early, especially if you're living around, you would have been known that dude's dead. And the fact that the moment that they had at question this nigga, he's immediately, oh yeah, Calvin has stole this, yeah, did this, this is why he did it. Like obviously, if he did it, yeah, tell him. But at the same time, the fact that the dude is supposedly supposed to be his friend, and then he just immediately, no, he did this, he did that, he did this. I don't know. I'm not saying this guy's a part of it, but that is real.
A dolly.
Right.
He said he saw some lots of tools on the dolly and some other things. And Calvin told him, better not say nothing. And they kept going.
The woman gave the name of an older man who lived a few blocks away from Calvin.
When did all this happen?
They told us on Friday. Okay, I heard they had words, and then yesterday that happened to Calvin.
She said that one of the sons of the older man from whom Calvin had stolen tools had threatened Calvin a day before he was shot.
What did he say he was going to do?
He was going to call his brother, and they were going to take him. He said, my brother's going to kill him. I said, don't call your brother. That's just stupid. That's who he always calls to save the day.
What does his brother look like?
Like shiny on Scooby-Doo, the hair about that long. He drives a red truck. He also drives a new Harley.
Does he have any mustaches, any beards, anything like that?
No mustache, no beard.
You know anybody who drives around on one of those little smaller motorcycles?
Everybody doesn't do.
The suspect was on a motorcycle, almost like a mini bike. He's a white male. mid to late 30s, maybe early 40s, had a beard. Do you know anybody that hangs out with any of these guys that has a beard, has a longer beard? Does any of these guys drive a van, like a work van with like a ladder on top of it? Do you know of anybody that drives a gold pickup truck?
Yes.
All right, sit tight for me, okay? Just a second.
I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I, yeah, I don't trust this hoe. I don't trust her at all.
He stole tools, supposedly. Supposedly because the tools got stolen, they wanted to go back and get him. They
You
wanted
don't
to
do
kill
that.
him.
You don't kill somebody. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. Killing somebody for tools, I feel like they would beat his ass bad before they do some shit like that.
Is she able to lead us to where we're staying?
I'm going to have her do all that right now.
After the questioning, the detectives asked the woman to point them to the brothers' residence. The neighbors' ride along with the detectives took more time than expected and ended in failure, as she herself could not know for sure about the exact whereabouts. For the detectives, this only meant that they had a lead about these brothers, but were not at all close to narrowing down any prime suspect yet. Crucial time had been rapidly passing, and detectives needed to get in the right direction as quickly as possible. Another major piece missing from the riddle was the involvement of the truck driver at the time of the incident, who, for the detectives, was nothing short of a strong suspect who could have been a part of the plan to end Calvin's life.
I don't know why they took over. If that's your friend, why are you leaving him on the ground?
The detectives recontacted the same neighbor.
After dropping the neighbor off at home, I called her back and asked her if she was positive that she didn't know who the people were that drove that gold Ford. She thought about it, and she said she did recall who the owner of that truck was, and she provided me a name, and she provided me a house of where the gold truck is. He gave my victim a ride home. He may have gotten scared. I don't know. He maybe didn't want to talk to police, but he did leave the scene, so we have to go find him.
It was surprisingly a step closer for the detectives when the woman did mention knowing someone in the area who drove a tanned golden truck. Detectives had got them a substantial lead about a possible suspect. When they reached the address given by the neighbor, they found the truck parked outside and knew it was the same truck that fled the scene.
I think a bullet hit right here. That's what it looks like.
I would say that looks like a bullet hole. And there's some blood on the bed of the truck.
I'm gonna do a tow-in, and then we can process it.
Then, the owner of the truck finally showed himself.
You know why we're here, right?
Yeah.
Here's the deal. We know you were there when Calvin got killed. So we're going to have to talk to you in person at the police station.
Well,
you're going to hop in
Look.
here with me?
That nigga shady. He's shady as shit. Why is he so calm?
The
He should have
driver
been
was
to the
then
station.
brought to the station for interrogation.
This is Detective Warren. There's a lot he has not heard, so just tell him as if you're telling it for the first time.
My brother went to the store and we seen Calvin probably walking down behind. He was like my church's chicken. I saw him asking him on the ride. He was packing groceries. He said, yeah. So he got in the back of my truck and that girl. They went down Birmingham to the first. I noticed this motorcycle. I noticed him hot rodding it. You know what I mean? So we pulled up. We're all getting out. And then I heard Calvin say, come on. I turned to look, see what was going on. There's a dude pointing a gun at us.
you looked and saw him in the face.
Yeah.
Had you ever seen the guy before?
No.
Okay, but you saw the guy's face, right?
Yeah. He fires off 4 shots. One on his bike. Feet flat. Pow, pow, pow. And got him hit around like sack potatoes. I begged people to help me put him in my truck so I could take him to the hospital. Nobody helped me. I told him he was dying.
Did he say anything to you?
No, not another word. I told somebody to keep him off my wheels so I could drive off. Right there at the back wheel on the other side. I wasn't trying to run.
He just wasn't trying to be involved.
Okay.
I understand shit like that though. Like I'm not gonna. If I was in a scenario like that, I would definitely stay because I would know, like, bro, since I'm at the crime scene, it is best that I, don't have to deal with shit like this. But if this nigga is saying if he's saying the truth, I can see why. Cause like if that shit happened when I was just trying to help somebody out, and all of a sudden I'm part of a fucking murder case, bro, I'm like, bro, don't even put me in that shit, bro.
Going back to the guy on the motorcycle. When you were driving, did you notice that little motorcycle or whatever that thing was?
He was circling around church's ticket, you know what I mean? He didn't stop him. He's waiting till he got the right spot to get him.
Right, and that's the same one that pulled up on you guys when you parked.
Yeah. Calvin said, come on. And he pulled his knife out.
Did Calvin ever make a move towards that guy?
No.
But just tell me what he looked like.
He had a black beard.
Was his hair long in the back?
I don't know. He said black.
Sit tight, man, and we get you out of here, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Although detectives knew they were on the right track after talking to the truck driver, they still did not have any substantial information to go after Calvin's killer other than a rough description of appearance. No other witnesses of the crime were left to gather new information that had the detectives concerned about their suspect getting out of hand with each passing minute. But while they planned their next move, an unforeseen clue was on the way to interest the detectives and shook the killer's plans, who had no idea his identity was about to be revealed. Detectives got a random text from Calvin's neighbor about having received a new piece of information that would turn out to be a smoking gun in the investigation. Wasting no time, detectives met with the neighbor at her place.
Where you at?
I just walked out the door.
Okay, I'm coming around the block because I just passed your house. Hey, you guys beat me up at Springdale Shopping Center.
Okay.
All right, hold on just a minute. Let me get to my partners because, well, we all want to hear this.
Apparently, she was contacted by Calvin's friend, who was with him when he was shot.
I said, no, you know, Calvin would want us to have his murder in jail, behind bars. I said, tell me, did you know the guy? And she's like, what if I told you I kind of knew him? I said, okay, that's fine. I said, who? She said, Justin Trimble. Does she know who he is? She said she might know him. I'm pretty sure she does.
I don't know who to trust.
Once before in this hood, but a way long time ago. She said she didn't want to tell nobody because she's not a snitch. How'd you do this? Because that's my best friend.
Justin Trammell, a name that reached the detectives through Calvin's friend and his neighbor, gave officers the most significant lead of their investigation.
This new name that she got, I mean, it looks good, don't get me wrong. But it's just now we got to prove everything. Try to get this thing solved.
When looked up in the database, a profile of Justin Trammell exactly matched the details detectives had heard about the shooter. 32-year-old Justin Trammell was a local from Tulsa. He was a father of 3 children and had previously been charged with eluding a police officer, possession of a firearm, and assault with a dangerous weapon.
What do you think it is? Got motorcycles all over here.
Maybe it's this guy.
Well, I'm not really sure how this guy connects to the brothers that were beefing over stolen tools, but this for sure looks like it could be my guy. So we're going to put a photo lineup together.
Detectives decided to show the truck driver a lineup of 5 similar-looking but different people's photographs, along with Justin's original picture, to see if he could identify the suspect.
I'm going to hand you 6 photos. There you go. That's him, 100%.
Looks like it's me.
The shot landed, prompting the detectives to move forward. 2 days had passed since Calvin was shot dead in the open. Detectives located Justin's current address and applied for a search, as well as an arrest warrant, but the process needed a minimum of 2 days to complete.
I'm trying to get as much information that I can be able to provide to our SWAT team. It sounds like somebody that's really dangerous, so it's going to be something that's going to take some time. It's probably going to be like 2 to 3 days from now. You know what? In the meantime, he could leave, he could get stopped, he could get arrested, and that changes everything.
But as they continued to collect more information about Justin on the one hand, an old suspicion came back in the trail on the other hand that highly interested the detectives. Investigators lay hands on more CCTV footage from the city that featured the minibike. And behind that minibike was the same white work van that was earlier spotted in the CCTV from the shooting site.
So there's no white van that passed by on the surveillance video we have near the victim's house.
Man, we thought the van was maybe just
random. I thought that too. But 7:42, leaving Birmingham.
I wonder who the hell is in that van.
I don't know.
Detectives had thought of this van to be a random
What the fuck did this nigga do to make these niggas that mad that they did this shit? Like, got white van niggas fucking included? What is happening with this guy, bro?
But this time, the new footage confirmed to the detectives the involvement of the van in Calvin's murder. They needed to know who was behind the wheel in the van. The job was made easy by the flock cameras, through which detectives learned that the van was registered to the owner of a repair business that had multiple other vans, most likely for the employees. Detectives believed that one of the employees from this business was driving the van that was under their radar. While a team of officers reached out to the repair company to identify the actual driver, The arrest warrant for Justin Trammell came through. On August 30th, 2023, Tulsa Police and Special Operations Team made their move in the early morning hours and surrounded Justin's residence.
All right, I can get the front door now.
Young 510, command post from the bus.
They're going around the back now.
We still have no movement inside the residence.
There he is. I think he finally came out.
Being told he injured his knee yesterday.
After nearly an hour, Justin came outside. Already having a broken leg, he did not try to escape or attack and was safely arrested and taken to the station.
Fuck his ass, though.
Mr. Trammell, I'm Detective Warren. This is Detective Lansdale. And we want to talk to you a little bit, man. I'm just going to be honest with you. We're working on an investigation of something that happened a few days back. Our investigation has led us to you, okay? I want to give you the opportunity to talk to me, okay? But what I need from you is 100% honesty, okay?
So you're saying I done something?
Well, yeah, I am saying that you done something. Let's be... Yeah, you're under arrest. Let's be real specific. Calvin Hovey.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Liar.
Well, Calvin Hovey ended up dead Sunday. And my investigation led me to you as being the cause of that. I got you on camera. And I got eyewitnesses that pointed out you, when you had your beard, you are really, really backed into a corner on this other than telling the truth. There's no other way out of this, bro.
Y'all got people saying I done something to some guy I don't know.
Justin, it's just an opportunity to do the right thing, man. Somebody pissed you off.
What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
Exactly. And if somebody does something wrong to you, man, then just tell us about it.
Shortly into the interrogation, Justin had realized that he was not in for a formal questioning and that detectives were well aware of his involvement in the lethal act. When he did not stand a chance to defend himself, Justin knew it wouldn't be easy to hide the truth anymore.
He had done something wrong, that's for sure. There's too many things I knew he had said and things I knew he had done.
He'd kill his ass over some fucking
he
words.
was not by any means, an angel. We know that too.
What did he do to you?
He did pull a knife on me. It was just going to be an ass whooping, to be honest with you.
At what point did you start to shoot?
It turned out to be about the same older person who was previously mentioned by Calvin's neighbor. Justin said he could not hold back when he got to know about Calvin's bullying actions.
Whose house did he break into?
I just know he was an older man that he done that to. I just so happened to be around and
You lying.
run into him and try to confront him about it, ask him about it. And really, I was more than happy to fight about it. I mean, to be honest with you.
Let me ask you something. This guy, Calvin, did you know him before?
I've heard about him.
Did somebody call you and tell you he was out in the neighborhood, or were you just riding around and happened to see him?
So I already knew the area he was in. So I was more or less riding around looking for him. Then I seen this truck. I followed behind him, and then whenever he got out of the truck, I asked him if he was Calvin. He never said anything. He just pulled his knife out. Started coming at me.
Okay. So when he pulls a knife, he's out of the truck. What do you do next?
I told him I wasn't fishing to play no
You lying
games
at
with
your
him all
ass,
day.
nigga. I
You remember
can't
how
tell
many
though.
times you fired the gun?
Honestly, I don't know.
Just went bad, man, didn't it?
Honestly.
Unfortunately, that when you go to fight someone and you're the aggressor,
That's not
that
self-defense.
You're right. In my mind at the time, my intentions weren't bad intentions. I mean, don't get me wrong, fighting
This
somebody
nigga
doesn't
has
sound
a
like
nigga has a love tattoo on his chest. Like he ain't just pop
bad
somebody in
intentions,
this
but it was
shit,
for a
boy.
good reason.
What'd you do with the gun?
Disassembled it, threw it away, piece by piece.
Who's the guys in the white van? Did they have anything to do with it?
Literally, I was by myself.
Oh shit.
We appreciate you coming and telling the truth. I know it was hard, but you did the right thing and you told us.
Justin ended up taking full responsibility for his actions and admitted he did not go to Calvin with the intention of killing him, which eventually happened in the end in the heat of the moment.
He didn't really want to get anybody else wrapped up in this.
Putting him up to it.
Right. He took ownership of it and said he did it on his own.
Right after, detectives also got the word back from the repair company, whose van was spotted in the CCTV footage. They provided the needed name of the driver, and to everybody's shock, it was the brother who had threatened Calvin. Detectives learned he was
Brother?
currently at his job.
Hell, I could be.
Wait, the Justin Thomas brother? Or what the fuck?
Yep.
He definitely ain't on that shit.
There we go.
How you doing, sir? Over here.
They followed the van after locating a live location and were successful in catching the driver.
I told him about my father's food being stolen. I didn't know Justin. I didn't know what the hell his intent was. I thought his intent was to fight the dude. I was planning on watching a fight. I wanted to see him get his ass kicked. Okay. I wanted to see him get kicked.
The driver of the van had told Justin Trammell about the bullying actions of Calvin after he robbed his dad and wanted him to teach a lesson to Calvin.
Calvin had been a bully to his dad.
So it sounds like Calvin low-key deserved this shit.
And he tells my suspect about that, thinking that my suspect may be able to scare this guy straight or whatever, and then it went back.
He was in the area to watch Justin beat Calvin, but through nobody's honest intentions, things went south in the most brutal way. After listening to the driver of the white van, the detectives decided to treat the driver of the van as a witness.
It could probably meet the criteria of felony murder. However, he provided some really valuable information to this case.
Damn.
That kind of tied this case together. So that may still be in the air with the district attorney, but as of right now, we're going to use him as a very, very good witness.
Justin Trammell was arrested for the murder of Calvin Hulvey on September 1st, 2023. Over a year later, trials commenced in October 2024 when Justin pleaded guilty.
A Tulsa man pleads guilty to killing a man in a drive-by shooting last August. Tulsa police say the victim, Calvin Hulvey, was walking down the street near Pine and Lewis when Justin Trammell rode up on a mini bike and shot and killed Hulvey. Trammell pled to first-degree murder and having a gun as a felon. He'll be sentenced next week.
A week later, Justin Trammell was sentenced to 30 years in prison without the possibility of parole. While Justin was sentenced for his actions, Kelvin's parents in Oklahoma continued to grieve their son's death.
Since we lost Calvin, there is a big hole in my heart, in everybody's. The boy's missing, I miss him. But Calvin was always the life of the party. He had to have everybody cheer up, and he was just a good mood changer.
The parents felt that Kelvin's crime didn't justify such a tragic outcome. The gun violence that caused Kelvin to die could have been stopped if Justin had not acted rashly and been short-tempered. Kelvin might still be alive.
He got into a little trouble later on in life. He just got in with the wrong crowd.
When he got out of jail that last time, he tried to straighten up, and he was getting clean off the drugs. So for somebody to take his life over something piddly, it was kind of senseless and stupid in my eyes.
Anytime somebody is killed in a situation like this, it's sad. This guy left behind a family, and now they have to deal with the grief of him not being around. Nobody deserves to be gunned down in the middle of the street like that. Justin really should have kept his temper and tied down a little bit better, but right now, he's charged with murder.
It was tough for Kelvin's parents to forgive Justin.
I know I got to find forgiveness in my heart, but it's hard right now.
Now, with his sentence, the parents hoped Justin would realize that violence brings harm to others and pain to oneself. They wished he would learn from his mistakes to avoid repeating them. We'd love to hear your opinions.
Damn, I guess that's the fucking video, man. Shit, boy. Damn. I feel like I was in the same fucking spot, bro. But hey, man, rip Calvin. But from what it sounds like Calvin was low key a fucking bully, and niggas just got tired of his shit. So it is R.I.P. But at the same time, Live your life respectfully, and people will treat you respectfully, okay? But hey, man, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Tune into my other ones. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And man, yeah.